In this video, we're going to have a look at Administration Skills Assessment Task 2. So for this assessment task, you'll need to access your workplace's policies and procedures to create an information document for all the staff that's going to outline the policies, processes and systems of that workplace related to client records. So you can use whichever computer system you feel will be best to operate this, whether this be Word or PowerPoint. And you need to identify each person's responsibilities related to the client. So this will include people such as the receptionist, other therapists that are there, if there's any doctors that are involved. You also need to mention any IT systems that are used to create, update and store client records, as well as the manual systems that are used. So in a lot of cases, people will fill out a paper-based client intake form, which will then get uploaded to a computer system. And those results will then get updated through that system and be able to track everything. But all of those client records, the paper-based versions of them, still need to be stored somewhere. So you need to be able to identify the processes for each. You also need to go through the systems for creating and updating client records. So how is this done? Is this something that's done on the spot at the end of the day? Does it get done after every single appointment? What are the processes for transferring client records to another health facility, including verifying validity and request seeking approval? So with this, what we're looking at is if you're referring a client onto another healthcare practitioner, how do you go about transferring those records? Do you still hold on to them? Do you send the originals to the new person that's going to be seeing them? Do you send those details with the client? And how do we actually know that that request has been valid? So how do we know it isn't just somebody's partner calling and asking for these documents? You also need to mention the processes for maintaining the confidentiality of client records and other information. So what policies and procedures does your workplace have in place to make sure that another client can't just come in off the street and see these client informations? Another thing that I see a lot of when I've gone into different places is that the receptionist will be talking on the phone and using names and fairly detailed information. So how can you still get information across between people, maintaining that confidentiality when there's other people around? You need to mention how you're going to file these files. So how are they named? Are they with the full client's name? Is it an initial for their first name and the full surname? Is it a full first name, initial for the surname? Does it have their date of birth on there as well? And then how are all these archived? So are they archived on site? Do they get archived every week, every month, every year, every 5 years? And how long are these documents staying on site for? Or do they go off site? So once you have completed this task, you will just need to submit it and your assessor will be able to mark it. If you have any questions, please feel free to chat with your assessor and they will be able to further clarify.